Today, we're going to be going over a tool that we can use in order to help you out with your fitness journey and understand that we are eating the correct amounts of macros. This tool is also known as the food scale. I'm going to go over what it is, how do we use it, and why it's important. A food scale is a tool that you can use in order to portion out your meals and the adjusted amounts in different units of measurements. The units of measurements that you should be familiar with are grams, solid ounces, fluid ounces, or even milliliters. Why are food scales important? Well, it's all about understanding the difference between a portion and serving size. Whenever you look at a nutrition label, that gives you the amount of, or the serving size of that certain meal. For example, if I had some cereal and I wanted to portion out, underline portion, the amount of cereal I wanted, I would fill up my cereal up to the brim. I love cereal. But that will mean that I'll be adding extra calories within that certain meal and could even mess up my diet. But if I look at the serving size when it comes to the nutrition label and I weigh it out, in this case it would be around 38 grams for example purposes, that is a serving size that I will use on the scale to make sure that I'm eating around 150 calories when it comes to that certain cereal. So it's all about understanding the difference between the two. Now that we understand what the tool is and why it's important, I'm gonna show you a small demo of how to use a food scale. To go over the food scale, you can usually purchase one at Amazon, Walmart, Target, or any other place that they might have it, but they all have the same functions. So in this example, I have a food scale here. What I'm gonna do is turn on the food scale itself. Once it's zeroed out, I can go ahead and place it on a flat surface. I make sure that it says 0 overall. Then I'm gonna place my food container, plate, cup, or whatever container I'm using and place it on the scale. Once we go ahead and place it on the scale, it's gonna give us weight. But I'm gonna have you zero it out one more time. And right now it says 0 solid ounces. In this case, that's when I go ahead and grab my protein or milk, whatever you're measuring, and you're gonna place it inside the container. For this example, I'm just gonna put my charger in here. The charger weighs around 2 ounces. But let's say if we wanna use a different unit of measurement, let's say on the meal plan, I can go ahead and press mode, and it's gonna give me whether it's milliliters, fluid ounces, grams, and back to our solid ounces. Today, we went over the food scale. We understand what it is, why it's important, and even a demo of how to use it. Now that we understand what it is, why we use it, and how to use it, you can then have that tool in your own arsenal to make sure that you are hitting your goals as needed.